What do you got to say to the channel, Mike?
I got to say, it's nice meeting you, and tell all your followers to fuck off.
Didn't see that one coming, but I guess he's called Mike the Mouth for a reason. Welcome back to the vlog. Welcome to season 2. And let's get right into the action. The first hand I pick up is ace king offsuit in middle position. Action folds to me. I open it for my standard $15. The low jack makes the call. The big blind defends. Three-way action in the flop. 46 in the pot. And the flop comes out 5, 9, 10. I miss. I have some backdoor straights. I do have the 2 over pairs, and I'm going to continuation bet. I make it 15. The low jack gets out of the way. The big blind calls 76 in the pot, and the turn's the 8 of spades. This time when the big blind checks to me, I'm just going to check back. I think a 9 or a 10 will call. The river comes the ace of diamonds, a saving ace. I mean, a saving grace. But this time the big blind decides to lead into me. An older gentleman, he bets 25. It's not a big bet. It's only 1/3 the size of the pot. I consider going for a raise over the top of him. But I think to myself, well, I just got lucky with the ace on the river. Don't need to push it. I could be walking into a trap. 2 pairs are possible. Straights are possible. This is an older gentleman who I just don't see bluffing. And so I err on the side of caution and make the call, and my hand is going to be good. He showed 7-5 of clubs. Flop bottom pair. Turned and open-ended. I wasn't getting him off, and I definitely wasn't getting more value on the river. Where have I been? Where the heck are the vlogs? Well, it turns out it's very difficult to edit vlogs inside the backseat of your car, which is exactly what I did for the entire month of the WSOP.
This is the absolutely perfect setup. It cost me about $2 a night to keep the AC on versus $300 a night at minimum for a hotel room. Plus, it's cozy. I call it the Dragon because it's like a little SpaceX capsule.
Of course, when you don't have a room, you have to... And you're going to a party, you got to change in the parking garage sometimes, or the parking lot sometimes. So it's a quick switch of the old pants. Get dressed up a little bit. And then, whew, just like that. No one cares. Look, it's the strip right there. This is incredible. You know, honestly, if someone asked me, hey, Kato, I got a room, penthouse suite, top of the hotel on the strip, I'd say, actually, I think I'm just gonna stay in here. It is so freaking convenient. I gotta get to this GG party that Greg and Courtney invited me to, so let's get the hell out of here. And just like that, I went from a tank top in the parking lot to the top floor rooftop party of the Rio, filled with the best poker players on the planet. It was incredible, but it was only just beginning.
On top of the Rio.
Hashtag GG party.
Hashtag GG thanks. Hashtag GG party. Contractually obligated to say these things. Bye, Greg. There's the strip. There's Daniel Negreanu.
Who?
Here's the top of the Rio.
Wait, who?
Why are we here again?
To see Daniel Negreanu.
It's because of this guy.
Of course, I played in cash games and tournaments. Did pretty well in a few of them. Nothing life-changing. No final tables. But of course, between the grind, there were some incredible moments, incredible rooftop sunsets. I got to meet a ton of fantastic people. And it's all because of your love and support. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. There's the Rio zip line. You can see my car in the parking lot. It's literally that black one right there. From sleeping on a mattress in my car to being at the top of the Rio with the biggest, most famous names in poker, it's pretty surreal to be at the WSOP, but then to have it go big like this, I just can only thank you. Thank you so much for watching my videos. When I first started this, I did not think anyone was going to watch my videos, so thank you so much for watching them. And I think it's only like 9 p.m., so I think we're going somewhere after. I don't know, I'm just third wheeling with Greg and Courtney. Let's go. If the Rio rooftop party wasn't enough, the next stop was the penthouse suite, the Cleopatra suite at Caesar's Palace, the finest room that they have to offer. And I mean, this place was ballin'. Fountains inside, an incredible view on the balcony outside, more rooms than you could ever need, food catered continuously, and of course, what party would be complete without a lot of non-alcoholic beverages? Daniel being Daniel, Greg being Greg, and me discovering the nicest bathtub I've ever seen, and there's only one thing to do with this bad boy: fill her up and dip your toes in. But it's not over yet, because we're headed to Planet Hollywood, to the penthouse, with another amazing angle of the strip. All the poker vloggers you could ever wish to meet. I saw a bracelet for the first time, and of course we went hunting for that bubbly oasis we knew existed somewhere. He's in shock that we're at a hot tub in the basement of the best penthouse in Planet Hollywood with a view of the strip and all of Vegas. Of course, with the good comes the bad.
Just at the hospital, about to get staples put into my head because of an unsuccessful backflip. Oh, God, I feel like a freaking piece of paper.
All right, got my stitches in my head leaving the hospital. There's some hiccups in life, but you just got to hiccup and keep going.
And to the 3 guys who took such great care of me, you know who you are. Thank you so much. I'll be indebted to you guys for a very long time. Moving on to the next hand, Queen Jack offsuit on the button, 360 in my stack. Dylan gun player limps. The low jack limps like a classic 1-3 game. The cutoff limps as well. I'm not standing for this, although my hand could just be folded. It's offsuit and it's at the bottom of the Broadway range, but I'm not one to fold on my button, and I have to make it a little big to try to price people out. I make it 25, probably should have gone 30, but I don't want to commit $30 with this hand. Then again, I am on the button. It's just a circular logic thing. The small blind completes. The low jack calls 84 in the pot. We go to the flop. It's 7-5-8. Once again, I whiff, but the small blind must have connected because he stacks out 8 reds, 40 to go. I'm just going to fold this one and try to pick up a better situation in the near future. And the near future brings me Jack 10 of clubs on the button, 335 on my stack. Action folds to me. It's kind of a tight table. I open to 15. The big blind defends. We're going heads up to the flop. 8-3-9 comes out. This time I have an open-ended, and I'm feeling good about it. I bet 25, and my opponent folds, scooping a very small pot, just kind of bouncing around up and down. No big bangers yet. 351 on my stack, and I pick up King 10 offsuit in the small blind. Down to the gun player limps, and it folds all the way around to me once again. I have put my name in for a table change. It just hasn't come up yet. And when it gets to me with one limper under the gun, although I'm going to be playing this out of position, and I can probably check, I think my hand is good enough to juice the pot up just a little bit. I make it 15. The big blind calls. The under the gun player calls as well. 45 in the pot. 3-way action. The flop. The flop comes out deuce, king, queen. I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I have top pair, decent kicker. The bad news is I have the worst position. But I'm going to bet I need to protect my hand against club and straight draws. I make it 30. And both opponents get out of the way. Poker is kind of unlike any other game where sometimes you are getting incredible hands. You're playing every pot. You're winning monsters. Other times, you're just kind of sitting there, not doing much at all, not getting many cards at all. Speaking of cards, you need to protect those at all costs. As you know, it's a player's responsibility, and there's no better way to do it than when a PokerBEASTs Cold Hard Cash limited edition numbered card protector. This has everything you want in a card protector: the 3D relief, the antique gold finish, and the message to remind yourself that confidence, courage, and commitment will lead you to the treasure of cold hard cash at the poker table. Get yours while they last in the link in the description below. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'm never going to mint this again. Thank you so much for your support. Back to the poker. And I look down at King 8 of hearts in the big blind, 351 in my stack. I'm starting to get a little frustrated. I can't move tables. This table is basically dead, very boring. The undergun player opens to $10. Once again, folds all the way around to me. I make the call. And we're going to the flop, heads up, 9-4 king, top pair of kings once again. The undergun player is going to continuation bet. He makes it 15. I'm going to make a smooth call. I don't have kickers. I don't have backdoors. I'm not too worried about straights or flushes. The turn comes out to 8 of clubs. This is the perfect card for me. 2 pair on the board. I check back to the undergun player, and he wises up and checks back. The river comes out to 6 of diamonds. When I bet 50, a full-size pot bet, he makes the fold. It's always a good feeling to be scooping the chips no matter the size of the pot, and I hope that you all had a fantastic new year. I hope that you guys are all setting yourselves up for success this year in your life and in your poker journey. Let's do this together. Let's kick some metaphorical butt. 377 on my stack, and I pick up a hand that's just a little bit better. King 9 of hearts on the button. Not many great hands this session. A lot of marginal ones, a lot of ones right on the edge of my range, but typically in this situation, I've either been on the button or in the blinds, which kind of allows you to squeeze those extra hands in, especially at a weak table with a lot of limpers. The undergun player limps, so does the middle position player. I put in a bet. I go a little small. I make it 15. The small blind calls, the big blind calls, the middle position calls. Of course, everyone calls. I should expect nothing less. Everyone has a hand worth limping. No one has a hand worth betting. Everyone has a hand worth calling. Doesn't make any sense. 4-way action of the flop, 63 in the pot, and it comes out ace, jack, 4. Nada for me once again. That's what you get for playing these marginal hands. The big blind leads out 26, and I toss my hand away. After diving headfirst into tournament poker at the WSOP of all places, I went home for the holidays to visit the family, to refresh, and really take a deep dive into my mental game, my mental state while I'm playing, how I could make it better. I read over 24 books, switched from coffee to tea, and I feel fantastic. The dealer pitches me pocket fives in the small blind. I'm going to go set mining, and hopefully a set becomes mine. The other gun player limps. The hijack limps as well. The button juices it up like the buttons always love to do. Makes it 20. I'm going to make the call. It's a lot of money, but if I hit up 5, there's big potential for big money. I was hoping everyone called to increase my chances of stacking one of these suckers, but unfortunately, they all fold. It's just me and the button mono-y-mono. And my dreams go from dash to crush when the flop comes out king, 9, jack. Unfortunately, this hits me nada. And so I checked my opponent. Of course, he's going to put in another bet with a flop like that. He bets 20, and I just decided to give up my hand. 325 on my stack. I've been going up and down, not much, but it's been a little baby roller coaster. I'm just about even. The next thing I pick up is jack 10 of clubs in the small blind. The hijack limps. The button makes it 15. I'm going to complete, see a flop, but the big blind isn't satisfied. He raises $75, and I just can't compete with that. Typically, I'm very good at getting up and getting away from the table when I start to go on any sort of tilt, winner's tilt, loser's tilt, being bored tilt. But as I toss these hands away, I overlook the signs, and then I'm handed ace, queen of hearts. This is good enough for me. It's a raise under the gun to 15. The player to my left grabs some chips, but he didn't grab 15. He grabbed 30, stacks them out, and it looks like he's going for more. He is 1, 2 reds on top. He's shipping 40 into the middle of the pot. Folds to the player across from me. He only has about 100 left, and he's willing to commit 40 without going all in. Interesting. And with my hand, I could just flat here, but I think to myself, I'm in the worst position. I've got a great hand. It's ace-queen. It's basically ace-king suited. I'm just going to ship it all in. Just like what Lincoln said at Gettysburg, no gamble, no future. This may be the right time to do it, or this may be the wrong time to do it. I know I'm getting a call from across the table, and I'm pretty sure I haven't beat since he didn't jam. The player to my left decides to call all in as well, though. What does he have? Player across the table decides to save his chips. He makes a fold. We're going to a flop. I've got 2 hearts on my hand. I'm looking for an ace, a queen, or some hearts. 7 in the window, and then I get 2 hearts on board. The turn comes an 8 of diamonds, no help, and then a queen. I think it's going to save me, but unfortunately, my opponent flips over pocket aces, and it looks like monkey brain tilt got the best of me. I put my cards in the muck, watch my chips get dragged away, and I finally catch on that I need to get the hell out of there, and I do. In for 300, out for $0 for a loss of $300. Thanks for watching.